Star Receiving School students and teachers. How are you all this morning? We are very well, thank you. And how are you? I'm very well, just like you all. Thank you. You may be seated. Now, our theme or phrase for this lesson is reducing and enlarging. Reducing and enlarging. Reducing and enlarging is our theme or phrase for this lesson, and as usual, we always have a look at whatever theme we have to have for the lesson before we go on with our actual lesson. And I'd like the class, if you need to just talk about it with your friends, you can do so. And also, we will go through the homework you were given on finding out the definition for what scale drawing is. So if you have found out the definitions for scale drawing, then that should help you to share with us what reducing and enlarging is. Okay, if I can have someone from the class, if you would like to share with us your thought on what enlarging and reducing is. And this has to do with scale drawing. Anybody from the class? Okay, thank you, Riku.
Drawing that has been reduced or enlarged to a common scale. For example, on a scale of 1 centimeter to 50 centimeters.
Okay, good, thank you. Riku is already giving us her findings for the homework given on what scale drawing is. Thank you. Now, I am on the theme or the phrase, which is reducing and enlarging. You have had Riku she has given the definition of what scale drawing is. So that should help someone from the class to come up with your thought on reducing and enlarging. Reducing and enlarging. Hayano?
For reducing, meaning
Okay.
to make smaller, and for enlarging is to make much bigger or larger.
Very good, thank you. So we have already had Hayano's thoughts on what reducing and enlarging is. And Riku has already given us the definition on what scale drawing is. Scale drawing is actually reducing and enlarging something to, if it's too big, you make it smaller, or if it's too small, you make it bigger. Now, our topic is scale drawing. Scale drawing. And we've already had Riku giving us the definition for scale drawing. But if I can have somebody else, again from the class, if you have another besides another definition, type of definition to give besides what Riku has given us that he would like to share with us. Scale drawing. Thank you. We have Teresa.
A series of unit steps or marks measuring something.
Very good. Thank you. Now we will be actually, a topic activity will be actually looking at the definition of scale drawing. We've already done that. And for the activity, we will be drawing or doing a scale drawing of the outdoor seat. Now, as you have heard from your friends, scale drawing is a drawing that has been reduced or enlarged to a common scale. And the example we have, it says 1 centimeter is to 10 centimeters. Now, that example that says 1 centimeter is to 10 centimeters is actually 1 centimeters, which equals to 10 centimeters. If there is something that you have that has a certain measurement, then whatever that measurement is, you will have it to 10 centimeters, and on your little ruler that you have, your 30 centimeter ruler, you have 1 centimeter that is equals to 10 centimeters. We will be having a look at an example. We will do an example together. But before we do that, I'd like the class and the receiving school students to have the definition for scale drawing copied into your workbooks. Now it says, drawing that has been reduced or enlarged to a common scale. Common scale is actually talking about the scale that we normally use, and the scale that we normally use is centimeters. Especially in schools, we use the small ruler that is a 30 centimeter ruler. So whatever we have on that ruler, that becomes our common scale. So if you are to draw that, draw whatever you have to do, a scale drawing of whatever you have to do in your exercise books or A4, A3 paper, we normally use the common scale that is on the 30 centimeter ruler. Now we will be looking at the example together. And our example, receiving school students with your teachers, as we go through, I'd like the teachers to take notes. So after this lesson, you have some time probably to give another example to make it easy for your students to do the scale drawing of the project that we will be carrying out this term. Now, our example is example of a table. Now, this table's actual measurement, the table's actual measurement is, the length is 120 centimeters, with the width 90 centimeters, and the height 60 centimeters. Now we have a look at example this table here. This table is square, but if we look at the measurement that I have, the table is not a square. It is a, somebody can tell me what shape will it be? Is it going to be a square? We know the squares have all angles, all sides equal. Now with a shape, and if we are talking about length 120 centimeters and width 90 centimeters, then this table is not going to be a square shaped table. It's going to be a different shape. Thank you. We have Rachel.
Rectangle.
A rectangle shape. Now, and the height, we already looked at it. Now, our scale says 5 centimeters is to 30 centimeters. Now, how do we say 5 centimeters is to 30 centimeters? Tulanga.
5 centimeters is equals to 30 centimeters.
Okay, so we say 5 centimeters is equals to 30 centimeters. Now let's have a look at what we have here, and we are all going to work together as a class on this example. Now I have a ruler, a long ruler. This is a meter ruler. Now for the actual measurement, this is the actual measurement. The length is 120. This is 100. Another 20, that is the actual length of the ruler, of the table. Now, can we have that actual length drawn into our A3 papers? No, we can't. We can't do that. We can't draw the actual length, which is 120 centimeters this long, onto the A3 paper. So we have to, do we reduce or enlarge? Reduce. We have to reduce. And when we reduce it, we have to use that scale, which says 5 centimeters is equals to 30 centimeters. Now, how do we find how many 30 centimeters are there in that 120 centimeters? I'd like you to talk about quickly and tell me. How are we going to, firstly, we have to find how many 30 centimeters are in that 120, in this 90, and this 60 centimeters. Okay, who's going to tell us how many 30 centimeters is there in that 120 centimeters? Yes, Brendan?
4.
Okay, Brendan says 430 centimeters. Brendan, if you can tell us how you found out that 430 centimeters. You are correct. Brendan is correct. He says 430 centimeters. So we use 430 centimeters in that 120 to reduce it. So we are able to fit that into or onto the A3 paper that we will be using soon.
I divided 30 into 120.
Very good. You have to divide. Okay, divide 120 by what? 30. Okay, so we have 4. So when we multiply the 30 by 4, answer is 120. So that is how Brendan got the answer. So we have 430 centimeters in that 120, the actual length. What about 90 centimeters? Thank you, Shane. If you do the same way, follow the same formula or method, you come up with
3.
3, good. 330 centimeters. And 60, let's have a girl, Adrian.
2 centimeter. 2.
2. Okay, 230. So we have reduced it down. Now here the scale says 5 centimeter is equals to 30 centimeters. I'd like someone to tell me of your understanding of that scale. 5 centimeter is equals to 30 centimeters. If I can have someone to let us know of how you understand that scale. You cannot do it unless you understand that the scale that you have well. Bobby, have you and your friends come up with something? Okay, Bobby and his friends have something to share with us, especially on that scale.
How many 5 centimeters will be in 30 centimeters?
Okay, good. You have your ruler. On your ruler, you have 5 centimeters. So every 5 centimeters is equals to 30 centimeters. So like here, if I count from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centimeters, that equals 30. Another 5, that's 60 centimeters. Another 5, that's 90 centimeters. Another 5, 120 centimeters. And so you will find that once we decrease that actual measurement, that is how long that 120 centimeters become. Okay? That is how long it is. But in actual measurement, you have seen it. Okay, from here to there, that's the actual measurement. Reduced, that is how it will look like. Good, now, we'll do the same with 330. So we have 5, and when we have it all 30, we come up with 15. Okay, so we have another one there. Now let's see the width, how long it's going to be. Okay, that long. That is the reduced length and the reduced width. Now the height will be that. Let's see, 30. So we have, okay, that long. So if we are to make our scale drawing of that table, okay, it becomes this long. Let's see. We may have that 15. So we have, it would look something like this. That's 15. That's the 20. Another 15 down. So you have that big table reduced to that size. Okay. Now our activity, our lesson activity, you will be actually using the measurement that you have indicated on your action plans to do a scale drawing of the seat that you will be constructing. So if I can have the class, the runners, to come up and get your A3 papers. Now, you're going to use pencils once again, please, and rulers. Okay, listen, I will give you enough, but when you have more than what you should have, you bring them back, please. Tulanga, you have to get it for your group. Yeah. Individual work. Listen, this is going to be individual work, not group. Okay, just get it and go left or I want it back. No. Group 4, did you get your papers? Okay. You are doing individual work, not group work. You need some more paper. Oh, there, get it from there. Okay, thank you. You need one more. Now, don't forget that the example we did is example of a table. Yours is a seat. Okay? So you have to think of the measurement that you have indicated on your action plan. If you did not indicate any measurement, then you will have to think up of your own measurement. Now, on the paper, I have actually drawn the actual measurement. Not the actual measurement, but the measurement that has been reduced. And this is how it would look like on the A3 paper. Now you have to have something like that done on the seat, not table. Table is an example. Our project is seat. Yeah. Any way you want to have it or whole one? What measurement did you put? Did you put any measurements for when we're working on the size on the action plan? 8.5 centimeters, that's length. And what do you have for your width? Just 8, is it? Okay, so if you have, I just, okay, your length is, hey, I'd like all of you to look at your measurement you have your length, 8.5. Now you have to round that to the nearest whole number, okay, to make it easy for yourself. So do we round up or down? Up, don't forget 5. If it's less than 5, 4, 3, 2, you round down. So we round it up and it becomes 9. That's your length, okay? And your width? 4 point. Okay, you think of that seat. If you look at think of the width of the seat, that it's not going to be very wide like the table. 1.5. Okay, it's 1.5. So once again, we will round it up. It's 5, 1.5. Okay, so we round it up, it becomes 2 centimeters. Now you're going to decide on your scale now. You yourself, you're going to decide the type of scale you're going to use. See? Now let's see. If you are able to put at 9 centimeters, okay, then if you're going to do that, okay, so you're able to get your 9 centimeters on. Then you are making, do you think your actual measurement, this 9 centimeters, do you think that actual measurement, that seat is going to be 9 centimeters? So how can we say, instead of 9 centimeters, we can say 90, yeah? Okay, so we can say 90. Okay, and that one can become 20. Okay, so you now decide on your scale. Okay, now what scale will you use? Just like that example we have, 5 centimeters is equals to, you can use the scale like 2 centimeters is equals to something, or 3 centimeters is equals to something. So what do you want to use? What do you want to use? You want to use the scale? Okay, make it easy for yourself. You have 90, 20. So you make it easy for yourself. You said 2 centimeters is equals to 10, did you? Then if you say 2 centimeters is equals to 10, then it will become very small. So, what do you say? Okay, I'll let you to think about it. So once you have the scale, then now it's enough for you to draw it onto your papers. Okay, let's see yours. What is the actual measurement you had on your action plan? What did you have on your action plan for size? If you haven't, then you will have to decide now the actual measurement. Pardon? You all decide on the actual measurement together, and after that, you come up with the scale, okay? And then you convert like we have done there. That 120 centimeters, we converted it to, say, 4 times 30 centimeters. That come up to 120. You do something like that, depending on the scale you make. And once you have done that, then you will individually draw your scale drawing, okay? But firstly, you have to decide on the measurement because you didn't come up with any, so you have to have that done. If one of you can try and get yours done quickly, because I want it to be presented. I've already come to you and explained what to do. So I want somebody to get yours done on the paper for presentation. You okay? Okay, good. And your scale? Where's your scale? You have to decide on your scale before you actually do the actual drawing. You already converted all those there, and that's good. Now you decide on the scale, your own scale. That scale, that's my example. If you want to use that, you do it, but otherwise, I would like you to do your own. Now, come up with your own scale. And once you have decided on your own scale, then you all do your individual scale drawing on what you have. Okay, let's see this group, your measurement. What was the measurement you came up with on your action plan? Yes, Tanabik. Yeah, but do you have it there? Shane, you're supposed to be here with your friends going through what you have to. You see, it's already 10 minutes gone and you people haven't done anything yet. What is your measurement you had on your action plan? Okay, if you did not have any measurement, then you should think of one now, quickly. You see? 10 minutes gone. Now, once you have come up with your measurement, you have to follow what the example that we have gone through and decide on your scale. And once you have decided on your scale, then individually you do your scale drawing. What is your measurement there? Height is 80, width is 60. Okay, where's your scale? You have to decide on the scale. Have you decided on the scale you're going to use? Okay, then you have to decide the scale. So once you have decided on the scale to use, then you use the scale now to get it done on your papers. Okay? You are all working on the same measurement, but scale drawing is an individual work. So what scale are you going to use? Like the scale I used is, as an example, is 5 centimeters on the ruler equals to 30. And it's about 4, okay? 4 30s and we get 120. Okay, you have 130 and you have 60, 80. Well, 4 centimeters is equals to 10 or 5 is equals to 10 or whatever. Which one are you going to? Okay, I'll let you decide on it quickly because once you have decided on the scale, then it's easy now. You can get your picture done. Let's see, Helen. Oh, you're already with your scale drawing. That's nice. What's your measurement? No pencil. All this time you have been without pencil. You have no pencil, but I want everybody's scale drawing. I'm collecting all of them in. If you don't have the time to finish now, I'd like it done in your own time, and I want all of them in. Okay, let me see, Helen. You're doing something there. Let's see. What's your measurement you have? Okay. Okay, what's the actual measurement you have? Okay. Now, if you have a 19 centimeter seat, can you have an actual seat with a length of 19 centimeters? No. So you will have to have an actual measurement of the length and the width of the seat. And then from there, you have a scale and you reduce it down. Okay. You have 19 centimeter now. That 19 centimeter, to have a actual measurement, what actual measurement do you think you can have? Okay, I want you to think about that. See, actually, you think about it because if you have, just like I said, 19 centimeter, we cannot have a seat that is with the length of 19 centimeter actual measurement, no. So you have to have the actual measurement, like the example we did, and you reduce it using a scale. So you can fit it into onto the A3 paper, okay? I'll leave you to decide on that. Your actual measurement, what do you have? 150. 30, okay, good. It's seat, it's not table, so that's 30. Okay, what's your scale? Same as mine. You should think of your own scale. Okay, that's okay now. So when you are using the scale 5 centimeter is to 30 centimeters, then now you already have the scale, so you should start getting it done on your paper now. Good. So we say 30 centimeters is to what's your length? Huh? 150. So I'll just over the 150. And your width? Okay. So on the scale, that is how many 30s in there? How many 30s in here? 5 30s in there. And in here, how many 30s? 1, okay? So you have your 130. Okay, 5 centimeters is equals to 30. So you have, okay? That's 1 now. 5 centimeters equals to 30. Okay. You have 5 30s. So, okay, that's 1. That's 2, 3, 4. That's 20 and 5. Okay. And make sure when you measure that it's also equal with that. And then when you measure it, it's equal. And that's it. That's your work done. And then you have your measurement. But can you get it quickly done for presentation? Make sure somebody is going to present here. I want you to come up with your actual measurement. I want you to come up with your scale. Okay? Already. What?
We didn't include our height in the...
Oh, you have to have your height because that's a seat, see? Think of the height. Okay, listen. Sorry, you mustn't forget that this is a seat and it has to have a height. Okay? 60. Okay. Listen, class, when you're working on your seats, do not forget your seats have to have heights. Don't forget, the seats will have heights. Something for the seats to sit on. So you must have measurements for those seats, the height. So what's your height? Have you come up with your height? Your height, Rico, have you decided on the height for your seat? Huh? What's the height? 60. Okay, what's 60? Okay, your height is 60. Okay, your height is 60. Now, what's your scale? What have you decided? Your scale? 5 is to 10. Okay, so your scale is, your scale is 5 is to 10. Now, how many tens are in that 90? 9. Okay. How many tens in that 20? 2. How many tens in that 60? 6. Okay. Now, you have a look at it. On this ruler, 5 centimeters will equals to 5 centimeters will equals to Terence? 10. Okay? So on this ruler you have 5 centimeters which equals to 10. So you have, let's see, we'll do the width first. 2. So we have, let me use this one. We have 5, 10 because we said 2. Okay? And your length, you say 9. So 5 centimeters Z. Okay? So we have 9 5s. So we may have 1, 2, 3, all the way until you have those 9s there, okay? So you said 10, 5 is 10. 10, 20, okay, 30, 40, 50, okay? Which means you're going to use your paper A3 whole, not to tear it into half. Okay, yeah. Can you see what you are doing now? Okay, let me see whether we have it left here. Class, I will have Violet from group 2 just to go through what they have done so far, and we'll just see how far she has gone with her scale drawing. Now, to the class, you are given time. As a scale drawing, it takes time, so I'd like you to finish your scale drawing in your own time, and I will have all the scale drawings in to check through to see what you have done. Now, teachers in the receiving schools, you can do the same with the work your students have done. It's best to collect your students' work in, and if you feel that you should at least award them some marks, or probably 5 marks, please go ahead and do so. Now, our key phrase for this lesson is scale drawing. And before we go to the next lesson, I'd like Violet, if she can quickly go through what she has to with us here. Okay, we just have Violet, as she at least tried her best to get her hairs done. So Violet is going to tell us the actual measurement her group had for the seat. She'll let us know the scale that they have used, that now she has the scale drawing done. Thank you, Violet.
Okay, as for our scale, we are using the same as Mrs. Watlangas. And our actual measurement is, for the length is 150 centimeter. For the width is 30 centimeter, and for the height is 60 centimeter. And this is what we came up with.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else who is just halfway and you would like to let us know what you have done so far? Okay, we have Violet. At least what Violet and her friends have done, that is exactly what everybody should be doing. And if you haven't done that, I'd like you to try and do that. Once again, don't forget, I will be collecting all the scale drawings of the seats that you have done in, and I will be awarding some marks for your scale drawing. Now, our next lesson is going to be on guest speaker presentation. Now, to the receiving school teachers, if we cannot have a guest speaker, if there's situations or circumstances that are beyond my capabilities, and if I am not able to have guest speakers, we will just have a normal lesson as usual. And with that, good morning, class, the students in the receiving schools and teachers.
Receiving schools, here's your reference for the next lesson: strand, substrand, outcome, topic, materials, and reference.